All right, we're recording. May the 4th be with you today. You have one on! Nice!
It goes to my belly button, so I have really high leggings on to like cover the skin. But
that's cute, though.
I went and put them on.
That's like in right now, like the high top. I'm such an old lady. I don't even know what they're called. The high top pants and the.
I'm not going in public like this.
Well, you could. You could, and you would fit right in with like all the younger.
Yeah, because that midriff look is for the slim people, not the big pregnant people.
I wore my workout outfit the other day. I wore like a shorter shirt with like my high waist leggings. Granted, I was working out.
You're not pregnant. It ain't that. Actually, that's not true. I don't care anymore. I don't worry about a shirt, but I would not go out in public with my belly button hanging out. That makes me uncomfortable.
I went to the gym, but my leggings were high and my shirt came down just past my leggings, so it wasn't like I was walking around with like a.
I would do that not pregnant.
Yeah.
Me actually do a lot of smoking. I would walk around naked if I were you.
Feels a little obscene. I don't know.
I got a little work to do.
Right.
It's not going to happen with me having 4 Trulies last night, that's for sure. No. It was over the course of like 7 hours. It wasn't like all at once.
How do you drink so fast or so carbonated? It takes me 2 days to finish one.
That was me. Well, you guys, who heard me yesterday? Amanda and Emily. I was during our power hour trying to drink a LaCroix and I burped extremely loud. I'm like, sorry about that. I thought that was a lot more internal than it wasn't.
I was looking down. I didn't hear anything, honestly.
All right. So I'm going to talk about something here in just a minute that I think is really, and feel free to steal it, take it, use it in your life, in your challenge groups, and all of that. Because I took it from somebody else who took it from somebody else, but I think it's important
I like it.
to share. I want to just share real quick that I just got in the mail yesterday the Rise Up Planner from Maura Kusaba, who is a top 10 coach. Emily has it too. I've seen all these people talk about it. They use it. They love it. I'm just diving in. I use a notebook and a pen 90% of the time to track my business. And this was $20. I ordered it on Amazon. I'm not saying that everybody has to order it, but I like the setup and I like the format and I like that she's a top 10 Beachbody coach. And I've listened to her trainings before, like she's talked on some Dream Team calls and Rising Stars call. And she's like a really wonderful human. Like she's truly genuine and she's good people. So I like this idea. I know this is what Melanie Mitro uses to like track her business, and a lot of her downline uses it. So I ordered it to kind of just see what if it would help me with organization. And then I'm also working on implementing Streak again. I do have my stuff on a Google sheet right now, like an Excel spreadsheet, and I'm trying to move that over into Streak, but I'm tracking my people, and this I think is the setup is really good, and it helps with kind of putting all of your things in one place. There's like 17 blanks each day that you can put in your conversations. It goes weekly and monthly, and then you can create your own business activity tracker at the bottom. So like you can write in the actions that you want to do. So maybe that's invite 10 people and then you can check off each box or whatever. So I'm hoping this helps me eliminate the need to carry around all of the things, and I can just condense it all into one book and then plug them into Streak for follow-ups and emails and stuff like that. I am personally working on getting my email stuff together so that way I can move a lot of my, like whenever I'm having a conversation with someone now, I'm saying, send me your email and I will email you the details. And there's a reason for that, because Jen Guthrie, this call from this last Monday night, talked about the email invite. And I'm going to share that in the team page. And her responses to her interested people are, send me your email, I'll send you the details. And that goes back to like what happens if Facebook goes down, if Instagram goes down, and like, oh my gosh, all these people that I've been talking to, I don't know how to contact them, you know, or Facebook freezes, or, you know, you're sending 50 messages in a weekend, and then Facebook freezes your account because you're like spamming people or something like that. So having that email contact is great. Having people fill out an application, even if it's a simple, like it doesn't have to be a big elaborate Wufoo form or a big elaborate Google form. Sometimes just saying, hey, fill this out real quick. And it's like name, contact, email address, why are you interested? And then you get their email address. So then you can plug them into an email. It's very daunting to have an email like CRM, you know, oh my gosh, now I have to send all these emails to people. Now I have to send a weekly email. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin. Right there with you, because I used to send monthly newsletters when I first started as a coach, and I had a little bit more free time and freedom to create that kind of content. And I would literally make a big fancy newsletter with glorious images and fonts, and it was beautiful, and I would send that out every month with some upcoming things, and this is what we're doing, and here's a recipe you can use, and here's something that's new, and blah blah blah. And I have neglected to do that for the last probably couple years. I send one out every now and then when there's a new program launch or something like that, but it's very overwhelming. Also, I've found that you can use a simple email server and just basically write a couple things, add a couple motivational images, and send it out, and that works just as good. So if email marketing is something that you're interested in, we can dive into that on another call. I'm not going to do that call today. However, having people's emails, again, is super beneficial. So what Jen does is she has this email template that she copies and pastes and sends. And I can share that real quick. Oh, and of course, I don't have it pulled up. I probably should have done that first. Oof. Google Docs. If you guys ever want to know what my brain looks like, just open up my Google Docs account and just start scrolling, because it's like a whole 100,000 things that like look really good and would be really useful to use, but I just don't know where to begin. That's how my brain is. Oh, if I implemented all these things, I'd really have a successful business. I don't know where to begin. I'll just shut down. Okay, so simple email. Hey, you know, congrats. I've selected you as one of the people I want to work with in my virtual boot camp. And then she just has these little templates in here. What is my boot camp? What do we do? Mind you, Jen Guthrie hits like SC 50 plus every month. And it's because she's just getting people interested, getting them signed up right away, and then building the relationship after they've signed up and joined the group. So yes, we talk about the importance of building a relationship, but that is very time consuming. And if your entire day is spent asking people how their kids are doing, how's your dog, I love your profile picture, that's a little taxing on our mental health, and especially if you only have an hour to work your business every day. So the interest, sending the information, tell me what you want to do next, how do you want to enroll, and then sending them enrollment. And then I can't wait to get you into my group so you can start connecting with other people and start getting results, kind of thing. She talks through enrollment. She talks about what is all included. She shares a transformation picture. She talks through enrollment. What are the options? These are some, I'm starting to tweak this a little bit. Here are the packages. Okay, and this is an image that I want to remake. So what now? Email me back with your Shakeology flavor or Performance Line flavor. Spots are on a first come, first served basis. So let me know in the next 24 hours. Blah, 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 blah. Boom, done. Are they going to respond with an email and say, yes, perfect, this is the Shakeology that I want to do and this is the performance line I want to do? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they're going to ghost. But you've at least taken them to that point with, this is what my expectations are, this is what your expectations are, this is what you can expect from the group, this is what you can expect from me, and this is everything that you get that's included. So that way, when they do have that interest level, you don't walk through a 45-step conversation. You're already there. This is what you're looking for. This is what you're going to get. This is everything that's included. When do you want to start? So, and then you have their email address. Then when they're ready, they tell you, okay, this is what I want. All right, I'll send you your link to enroll. And then you just plug them into ShareCart. So I've sent this to a couple people already, waiting on responses. But then it's not something that's clogging up my Facebook Messenger that I'm like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So chances are, if they've filled out a form, they've told you a little bit about what they want to do for their fitness, nutrition, what their habits are like currently. So this is just something, and I'll post, like I said, I'll post the recording, I'll post this in the call link, and then feel free to implement. I know Sarah is starting to do this as well, and we're just gonna try it and see. And I figure if
it's great.
You've been using it?
Oh yeah, I've sent out 4 or 5 of those emails. They're really good.
Yeah, and it's simple, it's to the point, and I mean,
I'm getting everybody's email address, and I just feel so much more efficient. That's why I started using it too.
Yeah, and then you can plug those people into Streak, and you can say, okay, like if they're not signing up this month, my next month, I can put them all in a BCC email and say, hey, here's my next group this next month. This is what's going on. This is what to expect. Let me know if you want a spot. I have 10 spots available. And then there you go. So that just can continue to build, and you can continue to follow up every single month with those people. Jen says that, you have the conversation with someone, maybe they say no, maybe they say not right now, maybe they're continuing to watch your stories, they're continuing to like and comment on your posts. It doesn't mean that they're not interested at all, because obviously there's still some interest there because they're still like making those connections with you. So that's like a month-to-month basis follow-up. Like, that's not something that I bombard them with every week and say, hey, I see you're still liking my stories. Hey, you're still liking my stories. Hey, you're still, I check back with them in a month and say, maybe last month wasn't a good month for you, but this is what I'm doing this month. I'm here to help. So anyway, love it. We can start implementing it. And I'll share all that. All right, before I dive into the next step, victories. Anybody have anything they want to share from this last week, this last month? I haven't done the end of month stats for April yet, but that's on my list to do this weekend.
Oh, you don't need to do that. No, thank you.
Success Club.
Finally! Woo! Get that shit. Oh, excuse me. No, and also, I have never done like a getting started right call with a challenger before, ever, because I just haven't. But because I was off on Thursday, I was able to schedule one with someone who just signed up with Ultimate Portion Fix. And I don't ever want to skip it again, ever, because I feel like she was so overwhelmed by everything, and then I was able to just say to her, it's okay, deep breaths, baby steps, one thing at a time. It's going to be more successful. And I feel guilty. I feel bad that there are some people who've fallen through the cracks and gotten overwhelmed and walked out. But yeah, that was a big learning experience on Thursday for me.
I think it's a two-way street as far as commitment level too, though. Like I have people that I intentionally let's set up a call, and new coaches, let's set up a call, let's set up a time to chat, and like I can give you my times and let's try to make it work. And if people aren't willing to make the time, then you just have to do what you got to do. And I totally agree that like those let me help walk you through it steps are super easy. And like, I have people that I'm like, okay, well, I'll just send you a YouTube video on how to access all the things. and they don't even have the time to watch that. So
Right.
yeah, but that's awesome. I think it's super beneficial. I like to do I'd like to do that. Like, that's something that I want to do for this May group, is a weekly Sunday call. Like, you can get on it. I'm going to record it. And I know we've been doing that in the nutrition group, whether people get on and watch it and record it, watch the recording or whatever or not. But just that little extra step, offering that little extra piece, I think makes a big difference. Yeah, girl. Girl. Did you get the tank top yet? Are you going to get the tank top?
I haven't gotten anything this year because I haven't hit Success Club this year.
You can get it. You can get a little tank top.
Oh, and remember, I was sending the screenshots of that conversation with someone who's just complaining. She's a complainer, saying that she's not really getting stuff out of the group. She's not receiving feedback or whatever. And I gave her the next steps. Like, okay, if you want somebody to do a program with, a lot of us are doing this, but many people are doing their own thing. Put a post. Want me to do it? I'm happy to do it. Nope, she didn't respond at all. Okay, go, lesson release, do what you got to do.
Yep.
I don't know we can't know what people think. I don't know.
Right. Right.
So there's my other victory. Lesson release,
Lesson release. Mm-hmm.
Bah.
It's exhausting to drag people along. That was like my first year of coaching. Like, I was like carrying this giant bag of all these people and their emotions. Like, let me help everyone in the world. It's exhausting. And
but I think that's why I'm a teacher, and that's why being a real life running coach and now an online coach appeal to me, because I love convincing people that they can do hard things. Like, that's a big thing to me, but man, you're an adult. You need to do what you need to do, kiddo. I don't know.
Emily, you had a person fill out an application?
I did. My first Google form. I was so excited.
Yeah.
I haven't heard yet. I haven't heard back yet. And it's not anybody I've heard of before, so I'm curious. I probably didn't have to, but I almost wanted to add a section to that Google form that was like, how did you hear about me? How did you find me? But I guess
I have that on it.
Really? Okay. I wonder how she got to this, like random.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people have that. I've seen that on a lot of coaches.
Yes. Where did you find me, or where did you hear about this? A lot of people will just put Facebook or Instagram. You can add. I think you can add like little options that they can select, or you can leave it blank. But if you make it like a required, because you can hit that little toggle that button over, then they kind of have to say something or put something.
And you can specify, because your Facebook page is still private, but you have the public mindset and muscles, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could specify whether never mind.
Yeah, like a Facebook like page. It has to be one of the two, because that's the only two things I'm running. So
right.
Yeah, I'm like good to go with conversations and inviting, but nothing's coming back. Like, people say like, oh yeah, I'm interested, and then all of a sudden the second wave and it'll just say seen, and now I have to do like a third follow-up. So now I feel like I'm pestering people, even though I'm probably not. But like that third, that closing the deal part, I'm like, come on. Yeah. That's where I'm stuck currently.
I think we're all stuck there, because that's kind of something that we all struggle with. Like, why are you looking at my messages and you're not responding to me?
Yeah.
And it's all in.
Emily, did you watch the Jen Guthrie call yesterday from Ranking the Bank? Were you on that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so remember how she said, like, it's all about the compound effect, and like the people you invite this month are the people who are going to start like next month after. So like, expect instant gratification. So just keep that in mind, because you're just planting the seeds right now.
Right. Yeah, it was good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was
Like,
helpful for me. Because
This
I'm always
girl
like,
who just signed on, this
too.
girl just signed on, she's been, one of her closest friends switched over to me pretty early on with me. But she's been watching and everything, and finally she's like, okay, I'm ready. So it's been a year, and she's finally jumping on. That's why I say slow like Novocaine. It's like you keep doing what you're going to do, and then all of a sudden it takes hold with somebody.
I have a girl who messages me every month and has been for over a year. Every month.
Mhm.
And has never committed.
Never committed. Every
What's
month.
she afraid of?
I've sent her links for Tubi Mindset. I've sent her links for basically every challenge pack that's come out.
Mhm.
I think sometimes what's effective for me with those people who keep saying, yes, I want in, yes, I want in, yes, I want in, is instead of responding with a written text, that's like if we've gone back and forth a couple times and they're like, yeah, I'm in, and then they stop reading them, that's when I send them a voice message.
Mhm.
And I call them out, hey, I see that you're looking at this. What's the hesitation? What are you afraid of? How can we, what's left? I'm
That's a good
happy to
idea.
help.
I
Because
like
I
that.
think sometimes when we're writing things, there's so much room for interpretation. And that because they're already having trouble saying yes to something, that they're reading our messages from a defensive place. And so to them, it may feel like with us checking in, even though in our minds we're going, hey, can I help you? To them, it feels like, hey, can I help you? Like, what is going on? You're not doing this. And they feel worse about it. So that with us giving a voice message instead, they hear that intonation, they hear the inflection, and they know we're not calling them out and being jerks about it. We really want to be helpful. It's like clearly they have a need. We have a solution. How can we get together and fix this? I don't know.
Preach.
I also say, like, if I'm following up the next month, I'll say, like, I know last month the timing wasn't right. Like, because that's the truth. The timing's not right. If they're not ready, they're not ready. That means the time's not right for them. And that way it doesn't make them feel like they weren't ready. It's just the time wasn't right. So I think it's about the way you word it too. But I agree. I think a voice message is probably better. I just suck at those because sometimes I'm like, hey, Ashley, period. Oh shit, I just said period.
But that makes you a human being. That makes endearing. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm awkward as hell, man. I'm like super just like, hey, I'm like I'm just terrible at stuff like that. And sometimes I have to just like, sometimes it's like it takes a little pre-workout. Sometimes it takes a little wine to like kind of like, all right, I need some liquid courage here. Sometimes it's coffee. Like I gotta just.
Well, you could also just record a video on your phone. Like if you need to talk through it a couple times to get your wording right, record a video on your phone and send them.
That would totally me. I would pre-record it like 5 times until it was perfect, and then send it.
And then just save that video, and then just send that same video every time. There you go.
Nice.
Hey, girl.
Nice.
I'll see you.
Although Jen Guthrie said last night, don't say hey girl, say people's names.
I don't
with,
say hey girl.
I'm not in the hey girl team. That's just me. But I have to be careful I don't type the wrong name because somebody was talking about that too.
Ooh. Anyway, sidetrack. But a good one.
All right. I'm gonna dive into this little fun analogy real quick. And then Kelly, did you want to share anything? I know you're doing your workout. I didn't want to like.
No, was I supposed to share something?
No, you can. Any victories or anything you want to talk about?
Oh, no, I'd say my biggest victory is just that, like I just kind of give myself like a gut check, and I was like, if I want to do this, I need to like actually do it. So like I scheduled in my day yesterday, I'm going to watch a streak tutorial and I'm going to freaking learn how to do this, and I'm going to do it instead of just being scared of it. And I did it. And yesterday I started inputting all this, because I sent like 20 invites yesterday, and then I had like, 20 people I was following up from the day before. So there's 40 people right there that I was trying to input in Streak. And I just saw like how beneficial it was, and I'm just really excited to use it and actually get like systems in place, because I have never had good systems, which I told Sarah yesterday, I think is why I'm not very good at recruiting coaches, because I feel like as a coach, I am like all over the place. I don't know how to be efficient. And so how am I supposed to teach somebody else how to do this job efficiently? Yeah, but you still recruit coaches. Like, it's like, how am I supposed to teach somebody else how to do this efficiently when I don't even know how to do it efficiently? And I feel like it's taking my whole day to do it, or like that's not duplicatable. And so I know that. And so that's what's holding me back from recruiting. And I decided that I needed to just, if that's what's holding me back, I need to fix it. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of, like, so I learned how to use Captivate, and now I'm learning how to use Streak, and I'm just going to do the things, and I'm going to send the invites, and I'm going to be efficient and stop being such a freaking hot mess. And because, like, I have a baby coming, I need efficiency, people. Like,
you're not going to have an hour and 47 minutes to watch things
like,
and do things.
This is what yesterday looked like. This is a freaking disaster. And to go back to this the next day and be like, okay, what do these acronyms mean that I put here? And like, what's this check? And what is this? Like, oh my God. And then when I put it into Streak, you can make your own little things. So I'm using the Jen Guthrie thing. And so it's like, and I'm using the Kyra thing. So it's like, I send a follow-up message, which is Kyra's message. You get this, 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 and this. Do you want more info? And then if they say yes, then I send them the email, and then I move them into the email part of Streak. You know what I mean? Like, email sent. And it's like, I mean, just last night, I felt like my head was like more clear because of this. And I'm like, this is what I've been lacking. And I'm the one who's been holding myself back from doing it, because I'm like, oh, it takes time to watch a Streak tutorial. I don't want to do that. Like, that's BS. I need to just do it and stop holding myself back. So anyways, that was my, that was like, I had to have an aha, like, sit down, come to Jesus with myself after my SC0 last month.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Will you share which tutorial that you watched? Which tutorial you watched?
Yeah, and I haven't even watched the whole thing yet. It's actually, I think she's a former Beachbody coach. She doesn't say what MLM she works for, but she says at one point, when I was in the health and fitness industry, so I'm assuming maybe she was a Beachbody coach. I don't know.
Okay, sweet.
But yeah, I mean, I got enough out of it already in the first like couple minutes that I was able to like set my whole thing up and basically just build that pipeline, which is just the steps to go through. And so I just moved the people through the steps, and it's like, duh, this is so much easier.
It's, I mean, once it takes time. So my husband watched tutorials on Streak, and he's like, look how easy this is. Why are you not doing this? And I'm like, don't tell me what to do. Like, I know. Yeah.
Like, I think too, yesterday I was kind of beating myself up a little bit about it. Like, I'm such an idiot. Why didn't I do this sooner? But it's like anything in life, and Caitlin, you're a teacher, you'll get this. Like, if you're not ready for it, you can't take in the information.
Yep.
So, like, as teachers, we use the analogy of, like, you have a plate. There's only so much that can fit on it, and if you put too much on, it all spills off. And I feel like, I remember Tracy getting on, like, months ago, probably last year, and saying, this is how you use Streak, and she was going through it, and I was, like, hyperventilating. I was like, what is that? And all those colors, and oh my God, she's clicking all these buttons, and it freaked me out. And so I was like, I'm never using that. Like, that's crazy. But then when I was listening to Jen Guthrie the other night talk, I was like, she's talking all about efficiency and how this helps her be efficient. I need to freaking just stop being scared and just do it. And so then I did it, and I was like, this isn't scary at all. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I just saw the colors and all the.
And I look at, like, Melanie Mitro, Raina Odell, these top 10 coaches that, like, they literally use like this and Streak. And like, if you're talking to, you know, if you're putting yourself out there on Instagram and you're having 75 applications come through in one day, like, could you imagine having 10 applications come through in one day? Like, this is so many people. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to talk to all these people at once.
Mm-hmm.
And like, because they have that system in place, that literally it's a copy paste, like forward, you know, all the simple. And then if they don't sign up, like, they go into a column that you follow up with, you know, you follow up with them next month. And like, to have to flip back 3 pages in my notebook and go, you know, like, it's totally frustrating. Or look through my Go for No sheets and I'm right there with you. And I'm like, I like this month, you know, and same thing, SC8 last month for me, 2 for my husband. Yeah, technically I hit 10. But that wasn't my goal. And I know that if I want to be a lot more efficient / successful, then I have to make it work. So that's why I was like, all right, I'm plugging people in. I'm getting their emails this month. That's where I'm starting with people. Like, every conversation I have, I'm asking for their email first. And if they aren't willing to send me that email address, I can't expect them to commit to a challenge group, because that's nothing, you know, that's literally nothing. It's not like I'm going to send you like 47 emails a day that's going to ask you to, you know, buy a car. Come on. Like, if you can't commit to sending me your email address, I can't expect you to commit to a challenge group or anything else. And it's like signing people up with like a free, like, clean week. I do it for people that are like, I can't financially afford anything. Cool. Okay, I'll send you a free week. And then I check back with them and they're like, oh, I haven't even done the workouts, because you're not invested. And if you're not invested in sending me your email address, I'm not going to be invested in trying to help you, because you can't even do something simple that I asked from you. So I love applications for that reason, because then people show their commitment level when they fill out an application. And that's somebody that I'm going to pursue. I'm going to put them on my, you're going to get signed up this month list. Somebody that's like me, they post a, you know, hand emoji on my post, and then I message them and they don't respond. Like, okay, I get it. Like, you're not even, you're just nosy. You're nosy. That's it. So, so yeah, I think, you know, work with the willing. Same thing applies with coaches. And, you know, if you're like, if I want to do a getting started right call with you and you don't want to make the time to get on one, I'm going to work with the willing, and I'm going to assume that you want to just be a discount coach until you show me your commitment level, you know. And like, if you're going to get on team calls, and I know there's people that can't get on, you know, scheduling and time conflicts and blah, 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 but like, I'll match your efforts. I will match your efforts. And if you want to work this business, I will help you do it. And if you don't, okay, I'm going to work with the ones that do. So I know that sounds harsh, but for me, like, the first 2 years, I was like going to work with everybody, and I was going to try to help everybody get to Emerald and Diamond, and here, let me do this and help, you know, and then signing up coaches underneath other people to help get them to Emerald. And you got to want it for yourself. You got to do it for yourself. And that doesn't teach anybody anything if you're going to do the work for them. So, anyway, total rant. Coffee pre-workout, no breakfast. I need to eat food.
Yeah.
So
wait, hold on. I have a question. So,
yeah.
Okay, this is kind of slightly not unrelated. You just said if you hit 8, Luke hit 2, it meant 10 for you?
Yeah, like, well, I mean, I didn't get 10 SC points.
Right.
Okay.
But like, my goal was, you know,
Goal,
to
okay.
get SC10, and my goal is SC10 every month. But, you know, had I signed that person up under me, I would have hit SC10, but I wanted to keep Luke at Emerald, and yeah, discount coach. And I was like, it's the 20th. No reason why I can't hit SC10 this month. I'm at 8. And that's what I stayed. Last month sucked. Anyway, I digress. So I'm going to go in and do a live video in this page with this analogy. I'm going to end with this. What's happening? Caitlin, are you talking? Because you're frozen. I just heard things.
No. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I just was hearing like robot sounds and you're.
Yep. Sorry, my computer froze for a second.
Okay. So I watched this little video, and just, anyway, talking about habits and talking about consistency, and how we always say, like, you know, it takes 21 days, it takes 21 days, it takes 21 days, which is true. It does take 21 days to get started doing a habit and make a habit happen. But in order to keep that habit going, it's much more than 21 days. It's 3 times that length. So 63 days, roughly, to make that habit stick. So a lot of times you'll see Beachbody transformations of like, Sally did 10 rounds of 21-day fix and lost 80 pounds, you know, and like people are like, oh, you know, those 21-day programs don't work. Yeah, I mean, you can technically lose 15 pounds in 21 days and like get a good jump start, but you can't literally expect to do that for 21 days and then boom, you're done and now you're good to go for the rest of your life. Like, it's a bank. You need to make those consistent deposits if you want to see it grow. So anyway, he was talking about popcorn and cooking a bag of popcorn and how popcorn is extremely predictable. Like, you can go to the microwave, you can hit the popcorn button and put your popcorn in, and then 3 minutes later, your popcorn is going to be done. You can go, you know, to the bathroom, you can go get a drink, you can go do whatever you need to do. And when you come back, your popcorn is going to be popped because it's predictable. Doing habits like that, they're predictable. Creating those habits, they're predictable. If you do them, this will happen. But the key is 3 consistent minutes of cooking the popcorn. The popcorn is not going to cook in that first minute. The popcorn is not going to cook in that third minute. It takes 3 minutes of consistency. You can't put the popcorn in for 1 minute and then take it back out and then put it in for 1 more minute and then take it back out and then put it in for 1 more minute and take it back out. It has to be 3 consistent minutes. Same thing with your fitness, same thing with your business. In the first minute of popping, the microwave doesn't complain that it's working too hard. The microwave doesn't say, oh my gosh, like I'm so overworked in this first minute just trying to heat up this popcorn. Does it get discouraged and does it quit because the popcorn hasn't popped yet? No, because it knows that it needs those other 2 minutes. It knows that it needs that consistency to cook the popcorn. In the third minute, does it complain that it's working so hard because all of the popcorn is popping? 90% of the popcorn pops in that third minute. Does it complain that it's being overworked? No, because it's still doing the things. It's still just cooking the popcorn consistently. So that analogy, taking that into our business and saying, okay, I know that it's going to take 3 consistent, obviously much more than 3 consistent minutes, but I need to do these things consistently to expect the results to happen. So a lot of times we do the first 2 minutes and then not the third, or we do the 1 and the 3 and not the 2, or we do the 1 and then we stop and then the 1 and then we stop and then the 1 and then we stop. And then we're like, oh, I'm so tired of starting over. I'm so tired of, I invited 20 people this first week every day. And then the second and then the third week and the fourth week, we didn't do the things. Or, we listened to the personal development for, we listened to the National Wake Up Call on Monday and we're like, yes, like I'm gonna get it this week. And then on Tuesday, we listened to 20 minutes of personal development. And then on Wednesday, we're busy and we'd listen to 2 minutes of personal development. And then on Thursday, we don't. And then Friday, we don't. And then it's Sunday. And it's like, God, nobody is talking to me. I don't have any, nobody's following up. Nobody's responding to my posts. I'm negative. I'm posting negative crap. I'm in a bad headspace because we're not doing those consistent things every day. Same thing with our business. We're like gung-ho, brand new month. Like I'm going to get it. Like May the 4th. It's May the 4th. I'm ready. Like I'm talking to all these people. I'm inviting 20 people a day. Like I'm going to do it. And then like May 10th, we're like, nobody has said yes yet. So why am I even doing this? Why am I, this is frustrating. And then the end of the month, we're like, oh shit, I got to talk to all these people right now, and it's the 27th, and I have to invite 50 people a day, and then I'm overworked and I'm overwhelmed and I'm burned out. And then we go into that next month, and then it's the first, and then we listen to the wake-up call, and we're like, okay, it's going to be this month now. It's going to be, and it takes those consistent behaviors. And it takes time. And we can't build a successful business in 30 days. You can't build a successful business in 37 days. You can't build a successful business the first week of every month and not do anything for the other 3 weeks of the month, every month of the year. It takes that consistency and it takes that time. And I've said it a million times, be here in a year, because it truly takes time to see that trajectory of your business change. But in order to see that trajectory of our business change, we can't just say, I'm going to post selfies on social media for 12 months and expect by month 12, all these people are going to come running to my post, if we're not doing the behind the scenes stuff, if we're not doing the consistent. And like Kelly was saying, she has one girl that every month she's like, I'm here, I'm filling out the app, I'm doing this, send me the link, send me the link, send me the link. And that's exhausting, right? We can't rely on that one person, every month to sign up. But what we can do is find the people who are willing. And we do that by talking to new people every day. Give yourself time to be successful. Don't let your emotions get in the way of building your business. And when we think about like the losses, when we send somebody the link and then they message us back and they're like, you know what, I changed my mind. Or, we send somebody enrollment and then we're like, hey, girl, did you not get in? And then nothing. We've had the conversation about price. We've handled the price objections. They said, they're all, I'm going to do all this. And then they decide, I'm not going to do Shakeology, or I'm not going to do the performance line, or, and we get frustrated and we get upset. And then that affects our mindset going into our next conversation. Oh, well, she's probably not going to do Shakeology either, so I might as well not even talk about it. Or they're probably going to say no because no. We cannot let our emotions control when we work, how we work, and how we help people. We just have to know that what we have the tools to help us do it. We have the tools to help us be successful. We know that these things work because we're here using them and doing them. And like going back to like top 10 coaches, we know that it works to talk to 20 people a day. We know that it works to do a power hour. We know that it works to do the things and use the diamond bubble and, help people enroll as coaches and give them the discount and build your business and build your volume so you can then in turn reap the income benefits of building a successful business and doing that over the course of time. So anyway, Hey-o, who's hungry for popcorn? So that was just, I listened to that and I was like, yes, this is super powerful because it's totally true and we can't let the emotion get in the way. And I think a lot of times we do that where we get discouraged, and discouragement is an emotion. And then we allow that negative headspace to come in and impact the way that we impact the lives of others. So know that there are going to be no's and there are going to be people that say no, and there's going to be months that are extremely hard, and there's going to be days that are super challenging. And if we're doing the things, the results will come as long as we're consistent throughout every minute. Done. So.
Put a pin in that.
Yeah. So that being said, my calendar, I love to share like my little calendar quotes. Today it says, don't be too absorbed in work or other activities that take you outside of the house. Loving your job is a blessing. Feeling like you're conquering the world is fantastic. Don't do it at the expense of your home life. And I think that is extremely important to note because it's very easy when you're on your phone and your computer and you work at home that it's easy to allow this to sweep in and take you away from other things. So a power hour is extremely beneficial And sometimes it takes, for me early on, I was like all over the place all the time. And I never communicated that with my husband, what I was doing. And he was really frustrated because he saw me on my phone all the time. And I never set specific times and business hours that I could be Ashley the coach and not Ashley the distracted mom on her phone. And I think it's important to if you're using Google Calendar, to set your calendar and your notifications and stuff. And when you get into that mode, and I'm not just talking to you guys on the call because, I know we know this, but when you get into that mode to say like, I need no distractions, like I need to focus on doing what I need to do to build my business right now, so then I can go do all the other things and not feel like I'm being pulled in multiple directions. So business hours, business hat, everything else, then you're not overly stressing yourself out. So power hours are key. I can say that whenever I was in nursing school full time and crazy life, it was literally a 15-minute lunch break that I did follow-ups and invites. And I ate in my car, and people would like judge me. Oh, you're going to go eat in your car? You're going to go eat your cold sweet potatoes and chicken in your car? Yeah, I am. You know what? And I'm going to get results, and I'm going to build a business. So big deal, judge away. And I'm going to go do what I want to do. And I'm not having to breastfeed a baby right now and change a poopy diaper and make lunch for everybody that's different. I'm just going to go sit in my car and listen to personal development and do my thing. And that's where I built my diamond business in my first year in my business, was doing that and setting the time to be a business person. Yeah. Anyway, anywho, that being said, enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thanks for getting on the call today. Any questions? Any comments? Any feedback? Feel free to share. All right. I'll post the recording here in just a minute. Thanks, ladies. Have a lovely weekend. Happy Cinco de Mayo, May 4th. Cinco de Mayo, all the things.
Derby Day.
Derby Day. Yes, it's Derby Day too. Oh my gosh.
Tomorrow.
Day.
Derby, the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, duh.
Kentucky Derby.
Sorry, it's kind of a big deal here.
Yeah.
Of course. Duh. All right. Horses and tacos then.
Bye, friends.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.